Kundo Sambo Yoseda, Kune Chola Chaze Lo, Sada Chuda Meda Lo, Menda Gombe Shinshu, Tado Simje Tangje, Rangara Game, Chejashu, Simje Namla, Soshinpa, Dali Teda Chebo, Dala Teda Dimeji, Dage Malu Dimeji, Jisi Simje Kanshi, Kando Madu Tisedo, Teje Lana Mep, Chanju Topja Neguji, Kibo Sami Chumayi, Nemi Lume Nankam, Namshi Mai Gumena, Tele Shena Kibu Kamru Dubeji, Yanda Mai Jida, Deshi Kamne Reya, Duji, Yanda Nidu, Suji Wobo Mingzamshi, Nanga Laya Mingzam, Jume Suda Kala, Teji Mingza Nijame, Tenje Davar Chungaga, Dene Tongba Nidu, Dene Dabadi, Tini Ume Lamino, Kanjel, Tenju Mayebe, Chogar Yoba Mai. Tejere Tongba Mayebe, Choga Yoba Maye Nos, Kare Rave, Kowe Shingamzo, Penda Deva, Malu Chuan, Jere Sewa, Tinzi Judge, Shabe Side Pado, thank you, cheese. Thank you. And thank you for giving me this opportunity to share some of my thoughts to you. What I prayed today, actually it is the practice of bodhisattvas, and also it is included the practice of the emptiness also. Okay, so here today we have given a topic about the unity and harmonies. Okay. Oh, sorry. So today, we are talking about the topic of unity and harmony. And here, when I see why we don't have a harmony, in opposition of harmony is a conflict. So if we look at the conflict in this world presently, if you look at the conflict, I always categorize the conflict into the two broad groups. One is a conflict that we human being has created by ourselves, and one conflict or whatever the disaster, we call it like a natural disaster. So natural disaster we cannot do much, but there are many conflicts that we have created by ourselves, which is called a man-made problems. So if we look at these problems, how we have committing all these problems. So I always think these, if you look at this conflict, we are making this conflict because of the two things. One is the lack of ethics. One is a lack of intelligence, very short-sighted. Everybody is very short-sighted. We are not able to see a long term. So two things. So in order to train the genuine love and compassion, I'm always teasing to my students. I'm asking, do you want happiness? Everybody says, yes, I want happiness. Okay, how many days you want happiness? I'm asking them. 1 day or 2 days or 3 days or 1 year or 2 years? And everybody is, of course, we want long-term happiness. Then how this long-term happiness come to us? We have to think about that. So if we develop a genuine love and compassion, so the prayer that I prayed right now is a practice of Bodhisattva. So Bodhisattva, actually they have a genuine love and compassion. Actually, everybody has a love and compassion towards our siblings, towards our parents, towards our children. Of course, if you look at the mother and child, mother has a huge compassion and love towards the child. But that kind of love is mixed with attachment. Your mother has a great compassion and love towards the child, but that kind of love and compassion you would not able to extend to your enemy and a stranger. One is, first you have to think that everybody wants happiness, and everybody do not want suffering like you. You're like yourself. You have to think that. And everybody has a right to achieve the happiness and the right to remove the suffering like yourself. And everybody has a potential, to achieve the happiness, and everybody has a potential to remove the suffering. And one thing I always reflect in my meditation, that everybody is interdependent. We have a cell phone, we enjoyed the tea and snacks, all these come from the other people's. So many people's hands are behind of all these things. Today, if everybody, we have a cell phone, everybody. Your enemy is the best teacher to teach you the practice of patience. If I take an example of Buddha, we cannot do the practice of patience towards the Buddha. Buddha doesn't harm you, and you cannot do the practice of patience. You can do the practice of patience only those people, those few people, so-called the enemy, who is harming to you. Okay, and when you see the enemies and problems, enemy makes you a problem in your life. And if you look the problem only from one angle, then you might feel frustration, hopeless. You might feel very sad in your life. But if you look from the other angles, wider perspective, when somebody gives you a problem, that means somebody is teaching you a lot of lessons in your life, a lot of opportunities in your life. And I take an example of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. And His Holiness Dalai Lama, he himself is saying that I lost my country. I came in this country as a refugee. Okay, because of the Chinese government, today I become a citizen of the world. I was able to, meet all these religious great, leaders, scientists, I was able to expose by myself. So because of that problem, it has given me a lot of opportunities, chances in my life. So when you have a problem, if you look from one angle, then you might feel very frustrated. Some people, they are not able to see the wider perspective, and they are committing suicide in their life. Okay, so you have to see every single problems through the wider perspective. Everything is interconnected there. Okay, and then every time we are talking about the negatives, so one positive, it is very good to share. This country, India, is an example for the entire world. India is the richest religious country. And today in this small hall, I'm very pleased to know that all the religious like a member came here. We gathered here. This is a very good symbol, isn't that? So His Holiness Dalai Lama always saying that this is the Indian real treasure. So this is a secularism, so whatever it is. This is the Indian real gem, and we must nurture this. We have to live together, all the religions. And I'm saying that, I'm not saying that, Buddhist is the best. I'm not saying that. Buddhist might be best to me. It doesn't mean that it is the best for the entire world. It is not best for you. It is like a medicine. Medicine is good for particular, illness. If that particular medicine is very priceless, it's a very, if you pay a medicine with a big amount of the money, doesn't mean that it will, suit to your, your illness. Okay, that particular medicine is best for the particular diseases. So Buddhism, of course, it is a very good religion. Doesn't mean that it suits to the everybody. Okay, so I respect, because I am the follower of His Holiness Dalai Lama, and His Holiness Dalai Lama always saying that all the religion, they have served to the million of people. I think that India is the only nation which has, occasionally we have some religious problem, conflict there, but if you look India broadly, then I think that we have a very good religious harmony in this country, and we can proudly speak about this to the other nations. Okay, this is I wanted to say. And another thing that in terms of unity now, unity, I always feel today we have compromised three or four things. I always think that I always analyze by myself. One thing that we have compromised with our body and mind. Everybody is paying attention on our body, not about the mental development. We have compromised this. And another thing is that individual and community. Everybody cares about the individual, not the community. In an ancient time, people talk about the community and society, not the individual. So today, if you look at if you look in our society, everybody talks about the right, not the responsibility. So that's why we don't have a unity. Everybody talks about the human rights, something. Nobody is talking about the responsibility. Even if you go to the United Nations, nobody is talking about the responsibilities. That is what we have compromised. And the last thing, what we have compromised is a competition and what do you call that? Competition with what? Do you remember that? Cooperation, yeah. Early time, people talk about the cooperation. They come together. Today, what we are doing is competition. That's why we are not able to unite it ourselves. So these four things, we have compromised. We made a big mistakes in our life. And if we go back, if we are able to come back on track, I think that unity will come itself. This is what I want to say. Thank you.